I don't even make it to the room. I'm not going in there, bro. Leave me alone.
All right. Oh, you could have told me no. The red button was going. I was in my phone. I'm sitting here doing all kinds
living
of
life and shit. You know, I wasn't talking about you, baby. You know, we're good.
See, I don't think you even needed to say that. But
no, that was 9 seconds in. She got it's something on there.
Hey, just to be safe, goddammit. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
All right, what it do, y'all? Another week. Some more new tech file for y'all. We got some NBA free agency news to break down, and Money in the Bank took place. It is time to review that, so let's get into it. Welcome to episode 350 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ash Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. Damn, I feel like it's been a minute since I've been in this motherfucker. How y'all done today?
All right. The Eric J is not here this week. Shout out to him. Safe travels, sir.
Shout out, brother.
I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
Oh, shit almost.
Yeah, you almost said take that, didn't you?
Damn.
You almost flew into that.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard.
They do. I always got caught up.
Really quick, let me ask y'all this before we get started, because we had, it's 4th of July last week, family cookouts, woo. Are y'all still playing Diddy at barbecues?
Yeah, if it slip in, I ain't gonna turn it off.
I did.
Oh shit, that was wild.
Oh, wait, what? The way you said it.
Damn, that was wild. My bad.
Diddy and the Family was played. So like some 8-ball MJG old school shit, when it was on Diddy and the Family.
Yeah.
That was played.
Mace.
Okay.
Yeah, Mace.
Pops was a big fan back in the day. So
Mace rock.
Diddy and the Family.
I definitely played some Feel So Good. I was like, y'all got Diddy playing. So this is Mace. It's not my fault that Diddy in the background doing all the ad libs.
Mace can ride.
So, I'm sorry. Quick aside. Cat stopped playing Kills because of the fact that he really couldn't discern the difference, right?
Yeah.
I've seen something recently where his victims actually get the royalties for the songs played.
Oh, do they?
Which made me go back to like, okay, maybe we put this motherfucker back in rotation again, because if the victims are getting the money for the songs being played, then yes.
But is that true? Have you heard that?
So I'm like,
because where the money go?
But that's how I felt about Diddy, because I'm like, he was more so a producer. A lot of the money and the royalties that from the songs, he was like, okay, Diddy, but it was more so Dirty Money's album. Well, it was more so Mace's albums, more so Danny Kane and them, stuff like that. Yes, he may have been there, but a lot of the money, if he stopped being played, the artists are more so the ones that suffering more so than him. Okay. Does that make sense? That's how I felt about it from the jump, because I was like, he must have take that in the background. He dancing in the video and shit, but it's mainly another person's song.
That's why y'all got to come to Death Row.
True. But he's just usually yapping in the background, talking crazy shit and shit like that. Like Keisha Cole last night. That's her shit.
No, but he's on. That's a duet.
But he's talking.
That's his shit.
No, they both are doing verses. But that's a duet.
That's her money too. That was always my issue.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that song. Well, I swear this is gonna be it, y'all.
Yeah, that was my shit too.
The thing with that song is the ending of it. There's an outerlude.
Yeah,
well, we can skip that.
It's just him talking.
And that outerlude,
he reckless
as hell in the outerlude.
But we can skip that.
Yeah, he reckless as hell in the outerlude.
Because that's my shit.
All right. Anyway, make sure y'all subscribe to Technical File wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube. I think we're like 18 away from 300 subscribers on our YouTube or something.
Hey, let's get it, man.
We're like within 20 subscribers on our YouTube. So we need all the YouTube subscriptions. Once we get to 300, we that much closer to hitting that 500 subscriber mark where we're trying to get to. So please, 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 please head over to our YouTube and subscribe. We need all that. You see the videos, like them up, drop a comment, do something. It all helps
content recently
with the algorithm, and it helps us a lot. It helps people find the show, and we need all of that. We need y'all to show us what that word of mouth do.
Make them come quick. You know what I'm saying?
Make them come quick to Tech File. That's what we need. Day in and day out.
Put that on a shirt, boy.
Week in and week out.
Tech File, where we make them come quick.
No, the front of the shirt gonna say, "Show us what that word of mouth do," and on the back is gonna say, "Make them come quick." ...
We got 5-star reviews.
And if you haven't yet made a 5-star review for us on whatever podcast platform of your choosing, or on our Facebook, please do that as well.
Absolutely.
It's a big help. Technical File Podcast on YouTube and on Facebook, at Technical File on the Twitter, the Instagram, and the TikTok. That's TECK.
Don't forget to put the K at the end of that motherfucker.
What he said, NICAL File. So make sure y'all go and follow, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. No game that needs a name this week. We need the belt to be here.
Yeah, bro.
So no game needs a name this week. So let's get into these topics for the week now, shall we? We are going to start with the NBA. I guess the ref said, hold on.
It's summer league time. He's trying to make sure, he get right for the season.
Let's start with some NBA conversation. So the first question I want to ask y'all is around DeMar DeRozan, because since we last talked, the Sacramento Kings acquired DeMar DeRozan, the 3-team sign and trade deal. First question I just want to know, just in general, what do you think about DeRozan's fit in Sacramento?
I like it. I like that Sacramento found himself another bucket.
Yes.
Another consistent bucket.
A clutch bucket.
Sabonis has another trustworthy outlet to pass to. Because Sacramento was a good squad. I don't know what happened last year. Honestly,
let me tell you what happened last year. I can tell you exactly what happened. You want to know?
What happened?
The West is just good.
West is cold.
They were third in the West 2 years ago. They lost 2 more games this past year, and they were a playing team.
Damn.
Like, it was 2 games different between this season and last season, and that was the difference between being third in the West and a playing team in the West. It's crazy out there.
So with that, then DeRozan should at least give them back that fighting chance to where they play just above. The West is really good, and it's stacked, and it's good defensive teams too. Like, it's not just like stacked offense; it's good defensive teams as well. Losing Harrison Barnes and getting DeRozan in doesn't really change that much defensively. I was looking at the defensive ratings. I was looking at a bunch of it's probably like a 2-point difference.
The edge goes to Barnes,
correct? But again, it's like 114 to 116 or some shit like that. It ain't really that much. But to that point,
the Harrison Barnes now is not the same one we saw in like Golden State.
Yeah, correct. But this Barnes still is
a good player.
Good player.
Absolutely.
He started all 82 games last year and the year before, so he's still a very consistent player. He's very much available when you need him to be. I think he averaged like 12 points a game last year, but he also shot like 38% from three. So you lose a good 3-point shooter, you lose a bigger body, but Sacramento as a whole shot like 36-37%, which is still, as a team, good
from
in the
three.
NBA.
You talking about?
Yes. Yeah. So like DeRozan, I think he's like 33%. So you lose a 3-point shooter, but you were still surrounded by other shooters. You still got the Monks, you still got the Herders, you still got Sabonis still shot really good. Murray, Fox shot pretty good from 3 last. Like, the whole team is a good shooting squad. So losing Barnes and adding DeRozan, you lose that shooter, sure, but you add a guaranteed bucket in essence.
And to that, you're losing a 3-point shooter, but you are getting a mid-range assassin.
Exactly.
And he's going to be at the 3 again still. So you swap him 3 for 3. You lose a little bit of size because Barnes is like 6'8" and DeRozan 6'6", but still, like,
because they even use Harrison Barnes can also be a small ball 4 at times. Right. So I wonder if they're going to use Keegan Murray in that as that utility, 4-man, because even about the starting lineup. Because, of course, you got Fox, you got Sabonis, you got DeRozan now, and you got Murray. So it's like, who was the 5th starter? Keon Ellis? Like, that's probably where I would go, because to your point about the offense, like, there is a lot of shooting. So having Keon Ellis be out there as like that defensive dude, I think that balance just works really well for the team. And I know, like, my first thought was like, dang, that defense ain't going to be nothing. But then I realized,
Bonus is top 25.
I mean, the defense still wasn't great as a team.
Right.
A whole concept.
True.
And they are smaller now. It's not like Harrison Barnes was like a beast on the boards or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to gang rebound a bit. But listen, if they can have an elite offense and the defense can just be all right,
that'll get them somewhere.
That's how they got there before.
Yeah, exactly.
How you feel about it, Ken?
DeRozan, again, like, he's a guaranteed bucket. Like, DeRozan, like, I think that is really what's going to help them more. Of course, like, Harrison Barnes on the defensive end was better or more elite, but just knowing that, we can get that scoring every night from DeRozan helps, like, tremendously. And it takes a lot of pressure off of Fox.
Yeah.
He can be more of a facilitator and, like, pick his spots and get his buckets when he needs to.
Play off ball a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that overall the offense is going to be, I think, like, a lot better than it was last year for sure.
And I think that's smart to do. Because you look at the makeup of the team, it's like, let's go in on offense. It's kind of the argument I was making for the Bucks with Griffin last year, where it's like, if you can be elite offensively and the defense can just be okay, but show up when it needs to, I think you have a formula to do something. Like, the West is so deep where it's like, just getting a talent upgrade. No disrespect to Harrison Barnes at all, but like, DeMar DeRozan is a more talented player. For sure. So like, just adding more talent, I think, is a good thing for the squad. And on top of that too, like, I say clutch buckets. Like, Fox has been a real big clutch scorer for the Kings, and now you add in DeRozan, who's also one of the NBA's best clutch scorers. So like, now when you get into the fourth, and he gets it a different way, because like we said, mid-range assassin, mid-range maestro. You can give DeRozan the ball and like, just get us one, please. Like, just go get us a bucket. And he can go and get y'all a bucket in a different way than what Fox can do. And then you add just like the 3-man game between him and Sabonis and Fox. Like,
it's going to be lovely.
If y'all can unlock the offense in a different way too. And if he can be more willing to shoot more threes, not because he's not a bad 3-point shooter, quote unquote. He ain't a great one, but he's not bad at it. And I just wonder too if the spacing and just the movement of the team can get him a few more looks from three that he might be willing to take. But even yet and still, if he just can, the ball moving, get him wide open, he can walk into a mid range. Like, there's so many different things he can do with that ball. Yeah. I like the fit. I get why Sacramento did this, and this is the biggest free agent signing in like Sacramento Kings history. Like,
wow,
they don't think about who has come to Sacramento. Like, it's normally not. Big free agents.
I'm trying to think,
Then I saw Gilbert Arenas and them clowning the crap out of Sacramento. I said, golly, I see how y'all try to get y'all content views. They went in on Sacramento. Terrible place to be. All them ugly people. I said, okay.
Yeah,
they went in.
Shit.
But let me ask y'all this. I just mentioned how stacked the West is. I think it was 48 wins for the Kings 2 years ago, 46 wins for them this past year. And again, they went from a third seed to a play-in team. Ken, you know this better than anyone because you a Lakers fan. So you watch Western Conference games a lot. Do you think the addition of DeRozan changes the landscape of the West, gives the Kings like a better chance to really compete for a championship? Or do you think that they just kind of loading up a little bit more? Because everybody else around them is loading up a little bit more, and it doesn't really change how you see them. Like, they didn't change their tier from like playoff team to contending team. Like, how do you see the landscape of the West?
I think it's going to be kind of where they are now. They're a playoff team, and the reason being is because of how stacked the West is, and then everybody around them is elevating too. So it's different. Like, if it was just them and it's like, okay, now everybody else is falling off. Like, of course, we got the Clippers, don't know what the Clippers are going to be next year, really. And then Golden State, really don't know what Golden State's going to be. We expect Dallas to be back where they're going to be.
Right.
So it's just like, Lakers, of course, where I got them at. And then you still got, the Nuggets and...
You had Memphis back with Ja.
And then the Pelicans. Like, the Pelicans could be a team that'll just come out of nowhere and
Timberwolves, Thunder.
Exactly. So it's just like it's too many stacked teams that it's no disrespect to them, but like, this is a great move, but I don't think it's going to do anything for them like right now. And again, DeRozan is a great player. Like, I wish he came to LA. So it's just like, but
I thought he would have, honestly.
He's from there too. That's why I thought, he was at the Kendrick concert. I was like,
he was in the video.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, put a Laker jersey on. we be out here, shit.
Tim, how about you? You think it changes the landscape of the West at all, having DeRozan out there?
I'm just looking at, like, again,
The standings from
where the teams were.
Thunder,
the biggest drop.
Nuggets, Timberwolves, Clippers, Mavericks,
Everybody
Suns, Lakers, Pelicans. All 8 of these teams finished ahead of Sacramento last year.
And Lakers finished ahead of them by 1 win. Pelicans by 3. Phoenix by 3. Like, I feel like DeRozan can be that extra 3-4 wins, for him. And I think the Clippers would be the team that kind of fall out of there. Because like you said, we don't know what they would be. I'm expecting a drop-off. Losing a talent like Paul George.
Yeah, you expect them to fall off. Yeah.
So I'm expecting them to be around where Sacramento is, but I'm also expecting Memphis to kind of take their leap back to where they were.
What type of jump are you expecting from San Antonio? Because Harrison Barnes did go to San Antonio in this trade. Now you got Chris Paul. You got a couple of good vets over there. They got their core still. Wemby is, he just going to...
Him with Chris Paul, though, man.
I know.
Barnes is going to be
that could be ugly, dog.
Barnes is going to be a really good addition for them too, because he's a starter
absolutely.
Still.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good vet to have.
It's a really good vet. It's going to change the way some of the younger cats. It's kind of to my point later about the Pistons, but like having the type of vets that they brought in, it not only helps with developing the younger talent, but it also helps the talent kind of get into good and better positions for development. It helps to be able to have somebody to look up to, or somebody to see the work ethic. You've been in the league for a while. You've been doing this for a minute. So you kind of understand, like, okay, what are your eating habits? What are your practice habits? I even if I don't want to be you as a player, I want to be consistent in the league. Or I want the longevity that you had in the league. Like, what do you do to kind of stick around? You playing in my position, so I know I got to compete against you now. So I have to be better if I want to continue to keep my starting spot. Things of that nature. All bringing in vets like that helps. So San Antonio, I feel like they might. I wanted to say they could push for a play-in, but I don't know if that leap is gonna be crazy like that. But it's gonna be close.
We said all these. We even say Houston.
I've been looking at
and with Sagoon healthy back, they've been built like the West is
ridiculous,
crazy, fam. It's gonna be fun. Like,
and within the West, like everything like happens in stretches too. Like it'll be a stretch of like a month or two where somebody hot as hell. Then all of a sudden you be like, if you lose 3, you lose 4, like you dropping to like 6 or 7, you like, bam, like this shit is ugly.
It's gonna be another one of them seasons in the West. I feel like
it's gonna be fun.
It is. I'm real excited about it.
I forgot that they picked up DeJounte Murray.
Pelicans.
That's why I said the Pelicans. Yeah, that was like
you might want to move your mic a little closer. I never thought I would say that, but
this nigga, he got the bullhorn voice today.
I ain't yelling in this motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. But not like the West. Like, this is the kind of movie you have to do because of how stacked the West is. Because
you have to do something.
We say it every year. One injury can change everything.
Absolutely. We see it happen all the time.
Every year we see it.
We see it happen all the time.
So like you gotta just put your best cards on the table and try to roll with it. So like I get what Sacramento was doing. I like the move for Sacramento.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just gotta play their style of ball and see how it shake out. It's gonna be competitive night.
They're a fun team to watch.
They zoom up and down the damn court.
Absolutely. Okay. Are there any other recent like free agent deals or moves, trades that have stood out to y'all that you want to be like, let me talk about this real quick?
I want to say Taurean Prince to the Bucks.
Okay.
Just
and we get the Laker fan
right point of view. Some brief, nothing crazy, but I'd like the pickup of Taurean Prince for Milwaukee.
Why?
Also seeing that it was considered one of the underrated signings for the offseason. Bleacher Report.
Shout out to Bleacher Report.
Right. But no, good 3-and-D guy on a minimum deal for the most part. He can spell MIDI. He can spot start because he had like 25 starts last year.
He got him listed.
They got him listed as a power forward.
Too many minutes.
He played hella minutes.
He does play small ball power forward.
So that's what, but he's only 6'6". So I'm like small ball 4, but he can guard 2 through 4.
Yeah.
He adds depth. He adds shooting, and he's another defender,
which
off the bench.
Yeah.
So if we have spells where Mitty may need to rest or he get hurt, he can step in there. If we have spells where anybody 2 through 4, he can kind of spell or step in for them periodically. One of Milwaukee's things off the bench, off the like for the squad as a whole, was depth and defense. Like we had shooting.
We had no defense.
We had no defense, really. Adding someone like Prince, adding someone like
DeLon
Wright, like
who, by the way, the spoilers is gonna be Locked On Bucks episode tomorrow. Like who's gonna be who we think is gonna be the starting shooting guard for the Bucks? I think it's DeLon Wright.
Really?
Yes. At this point, without any other moves being made, it is what? July 9th?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's DeLon Wright. I think he's the starting shooting guard for this team, although he's not historically been the starter. I think that's part of why, like, Milwaukee is a good place to try to come, where it's like, oh, I'm going to sign this vet man because I saw Milwaukee had for Prince, for Wright. Playing time. We can offer you some playing time and a chance to win a championship.
No AJ, no Jackson?
I think they're going to be in the rotation.
I feel like AJ might push for that number 2.
I just think you need that defense next to...
He ain't a slouch. He showed y'all last year. Don't try me, cuz.
Not being a slouch is not the same as being a point of attack defender.
I hear you.
And that's what they need next to Lillard. Sorry to derail you, but you talking about Prince made me think about that. I think Prince probably can start 3 and the 4. But I think when it comes to that shooting guard spot, that's going to be Wright. That's going to be, if not Wright, coming in. Then you might get an AJ Green if somebody is hurt, or Andre Jackson, or a Marjan if somebody is hurt. But I don't think Prince should be a shooting guard. I think Prince is a
3-4.
I think he's a forward.
Yeah, he definitely a forward.
Like either a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, having that as an option is great.
That's what you need. You need the option.
Because not only is that, like, he's a 3-and-D guy, so it's like, okay, he's not just... He shot almost 40% from 3 last year. It's like 39 point something. It was rounded up by like 0.2 and it's 40%.
It was kind of high volume too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was shooting like 5 a game type shit. Like, he was
That's why he
knocking that bitch down.
That's why he played so much for us. Like, it was like every time he could.
Yeah, so
real quick, because I agree with you. I think it's a great sign, especially for a vet man, for Taurean Prince. But I do know there were some Laker fans that were kind of irritated by him by the end of the season. Is it because he was playing? Like, was it like he got too many minutes?
Yeah, and that's where people. Yeah, at the end of towards the end of the season, he was getting like 30.
I would say
he averaged like between 25 to 27 throughout the season.
I feel like his sweet spot's probably like around 20.
Yeah,
saying, it looked like his minutes dropped the second half
of the season.
Yeah, like went from like 25 to like 20.
What, didn't he get hurt during the?
He did get hurt
end of the season.
Yeah, he did get hurt towards the end of the season. But like, it's a great pickup. Like for you guys, especially for you guys, you said you need depth, and he's again like Tim said, he's a 3-and-D guy. He's high energy.
Does he rebound?
He does. Not at like a high clip, but he'll
go get it.
Yeah, he'll go get it. That's because he's high energy. Like he's a high energy guy. He's actually a decent shooter. He can defend. So yeah, with the depth and then being able to like spot with the 3 or 4, that's gonna be perfect for y'all.
I think
especially at a vet man, like to get somebody like him, like that's
Beasley
really
all over again, except for more defense.
Who all over?
Beasley. He shot like 42% last year, something 41, like that.
Yeah,
but we get defense behind.
But I think Beasley also shot like 8 or 9 threes a game. Like that was high. He's crazy volume. Like crazy
He's
volume.
letting it fly.
I do think too, just to wrap up the Taurean Prince piece of it, I think that the role that he is going to play is the one they thought Jay Crowder would be able to play.
Yes.
I was just thinking about. I was like, that's going to be because that's what y'all thought he was going to hit threes, play some defense,
be a small ball forward.
Yeah, exactly. So he's literally gonna come in and do all of that like you guys do.
But actually do it though.
Yeah, and actually do it. As long as he stay healthy, he stayed healthy, but he had a nagging it was an ankle injury, I believe, towards the end of the year. So, but as long as he stay healthy, like he gonna give you 100% every time he's out there.
Okay. What I wanted to talk about was Caleb Martin. He's going to Philly. Leaving the Heat and going to Philly. Apparently, the Heat had offered him a 4-year extension worth about $58 million. He turned that down. He goes to Philly for a 3-year, $32 million deal. Worth up to 40, but yet and still, he turned down $58 million from Miami to get a guaranteed 32 in Philly. And he mentioned, like, it's a chance to really win. Like, I like my opportunity here. So
that's it.
And 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks? No, last week. Because free agency just kicked off with Paul George going to Philly. And Eric's response was, I need to see what else they do with this roster before I can really be like, they moving out here.
Yeah.
But now you got Maxey re-signing. Of course, you got Embiid there.
Yes.
You signed Paul George. You got Caleb Martin, who they plan to start at the 4.
Really?
Yes. He's like 6'6".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well,
he's going. I mean, he did in Miami too for spot minutes, but knowing that is Nick Nurse as the coach there, they're probably going to switch a lot.
Yeah.
But you got Caleb Martin, you got Kelly Oubre back, you got Eric Gordon, you got Andre Drummond.
Solid.
Like they putting together real solid team over there in Miami.
Finally, Embiid.
Or not Miami, in Philly.
Yeah, Embiid probably like Thank God. Like, how long I been here? Y'all ain't been doing?
I mean, they just had Harden. They tried the whole Harden.
They've tried things that didn't work.
Yes.
So they tried. It just didn't work.
So I like that pickup. I just wanted to say, like, that's a good pickup for Philly. They had to waive B-Ball Paul, so Paul Reed had to be waived in order for them to make that signing official. He was actually claimed on waivers by the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
I was like, on waivers? We didn't make it to the free agent market? Like, dang.
He keep his contract.
Yeah, because it was not. Yeah, they got the $8 million to spend on them. So, a shame. Ken, did you have any other free agency movie you want to talk about, or
no?
You good?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good.
Well, let's talk about some summer league then, because
Summer league.
Your team actually already been playing with the Cali Classic. We don't get to see the Bucks until this upcoming weekend, but I'm excited about that. But Ken, what are your early thoughts? He's trying to get the times, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm blind as hell.
I need you to get some glasses, my nigga.
Yeah, what are your glasses?
I left them.
This nigga here. I can't see his shit. I don't got mine on. But
anywho,
yeah.
Your Lakers been playing. What's your early thoughts on how they've been looking, especially Bronny and Connect? Yeah,
Connect. I really like Connect. I'm not gonna lie.
You were high on him before.
I was high on him. Like, and when we drafted him, I was like, "Fam, like, what the fuck? Did y'all finally do some shit? I really got him." Yeah, I was like, "Y'all really got my mans." But yeah, that kid stays healthy. Like, he's gonna be fucking good. Like, I'm ready. I'm really excited about him. The thing with Bronny is that, like, it's so hyped up. Like, people fail to remember that what star recruit was he?
I think 4.
He was a 4-star recruit.
He was All-American though.
That's what I'm saying. He was an All-American before he had the cardiac arrest. Yeah. And then people forget that, like, that happened, and then he went to go play college ball. It was like, before all of that happened, like, he was a top prospect. So people can't be like, oh, just because his daddy, like, come on now, like, the kid could actually ball.
Yeah, 4-star.
4-star. Okay, cool. And I'm excited about his development, because all he's going to do is continue to get better and better, because he has all the tools. Like, he can shoot, he can get to the lane, he knows how to drive, he's a decent passer. Like, I'm not really sure on his basketball IQ yet or anything like that, but, like, he has everything that we need, and just him getting more polished. I think, honestly, for him, the best thing for him is to go to the G League and just hoop down there for the year. And I think doing that for a year and then bringing him back in the row, or even bringing him up in during the playoffs will be fine. But I think that's what he really needs to do, and I think he'll ball on the G League too.
The thing with Bronny is, like, I think because of who his dad is, like, when your dad is one of the greatest players to ever play, like, it's difficult. But I think that Bronny is going to be able to carve out a long NBA career as a good role player. Yeah. Like, that's how I see Bronny, where it's like he's going to be just a really good backup point guard, a good backup guard. Kind of like an Austin Rivers was, where it's like he was a good role player throughout his career.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong.
You can't expect him to be LeBron James. Like, you can't. LeBron James is a once in a lifetime fucking athlete. Like, you know, like, of course we want him. I want Bronny to be as great as he can possibly be. But I don't want that to be where he's shooting for. Shoot for what you want to be and what you can actually do. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to be like my daddy, I'm going to play for 20 years, I'm going to do this, do that. Just play your game. Because he has all the tools. Like, he's fast as shit. He's quick off the dribble too. I didn't know he was that quick until I really started watching him more. I was like, fuck, I was like, he can really get to the bucket. He can really get to the basket. So I'm excited about his development. From what I'm expecting from him, like, from now till, like, the playoffs, I'm expecting huge improvement.
Okay.
What did you feel about his first game?
First game was that's how he was in college. Like, just when he played in college.
I thought he had a lot of, like, the shots he took was good shots.
Yeah,
they just weren't falling.
They just weren't
falling. Yeah, and those are the shots that will fall coming later in the season, I feel like. Yeah. So it's just him getting reps, him just getting his legs back and getting his conditioning down and stuff like that.
He broke somebody up too.
He was holding defense though.
True.
I'm cool. Like, at least he was trying. If you hold defense, you gonna get crossed up.
It happens. Yes, that's very true. It's gonna happen.
He gonna be on the end where he's giving somebody the business.
He's a guard, so he got a lot of that coming.
He's a small guard too.
Yeah, put in that work.
6'7" wingspan though. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why they got the defensive potential of him is like great.
Yeah.
Sly in the comments, what up, brother?
What's going on, bro?
He said, after seeing Jordan's kids hoop, I'll never diss any kids that do make it to the league.
I actually was laughing about that because I'm like, I can hear the LeBron fans now. Jordan kids ain't never make it to the league, nigga. At least Bronze did.
That's funny.
That was one of the first things I thought. I was like, he the GOAT because his kid made it to the league and Jordan's didn't. Like, bro.
I would just be like, I can't even listen. That is such a nonsensical argument that has nothing to do with
his legacy, bro. It's still his legacy.
Your old saying you always, what's got to do with the price of tea in China?
What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
That's exactly how I respond to
the
that.
hell that mean?
What exactly?
What?
What does that have to do with anything? Like that's the whole point. That's the exact point of it.
I just can't wait till we get to the point where everybody get past the shit. He's in the league. LeBron is his daddy. Let this man be a man. Let him hoop. Let him create his own legacy. And let's just see what happens.
It's two big haters right now. It's the Caitlin Clark haters and it's the Bronny haters. Right now. They are loud as shit too.
And both of them have. For what reason are you hating?
That's the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Why you have this much energy?
Either way, you have no reason to hate. Just sit back and enjoy. What the fuck? That's why people can't just do that. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
People ain't never been on that.
Sit back and enjoy.
We seen it with all the LeBron haters, with the Kobe haters, with everybody got them haters out there where you just be like, my goodness.
Shake the haters off.
I haven't even thought about that song. And so, who made that song?
Damn, who made that? I can't even remember who made that shit.
Shake the haters off.
That was the shit.
I'm gonna have to play that when I leave. I'm gonna find it and everything. Tim, how are you feeling about the Bucks Summer League? At this moment, we do not have the Bucks Summer League roster at all. We are still kind of in the dark about that.
Really?
It's not out yet.
The hell was I looking at it?
Not the official one. There have been like some.
I was seeing a bunch of names.
Some names that have come up like, they will be playing for the Bucks, but nothing has been officially released by the actual Bucks. So we still don't know the full roster, but of course, assuming we're going to see the rookies, Tyler Smith, AJ Johnson hooping. That's really what I'm here for. I'm curious to see which of the current young Bucks are going to be on the Summer League team. Like, do we see MarJon in year 3 in Summer League, or is he now too old to like?
No, I feel like we do. Because I feel like this is also part of Doc seeing what we have too.
Oh, that's a good point.
So he might like, hey, I know you're looking. I know you're trying to play.
I need another year from you here, brother.
Like what I'm looking for, like what I usually look for is two things. One, I look for the rookies that we grab. Right. I just want to see them on the court playing with our colors on, with our logo on. Summer League, see what their development, see just like if
just
there is any, what are they bringing to an extent. Like you don't see the full potential, but what are you bringing, so to speak? And two, the players that do come back, how well can you separate yourself from the other Summer League players?
Yes.
So like the MarJons, the AJ, if Green play, I doubt Green play.
So you don't think Green plays, but you think MarJon does, even though MarJon has more time in the league than AJ?
Because Green got a lot more time with Doc than MarJon did. So I feel like Doc is already like, okay, I know what I'm getting out of you, AJ. MarJon did not get that much, even when during the regular season. Griff gave him more time than Doc did.
That's towards when Doc was there. I do want to make sure people are aware.
Right.
He was doing back spasms throughout the last half of the season.
And then Jackson started getting more time during the playoffs.
Yeah, towards the end of the season in the playoffs.
So it was like, but he was rookie. Year 2, you see a lot of year 2 guys in the Summer League. And if they cook game 1, all right, you don't need to play no more, bro. Like you good. We already know you don't belong here. Let the other guys get the chance. So that's what I'll be looking for the guys that's coming back year 2 or year 3 guys. Is like, okay, if they do bring Green back, so Green and Jackson and plus the 2 rookies and MarJon is on the floor, like how well do the guys that's already been here separate themselves? And if they do get that one game where they cooking, you be like, no, okay, you can sit the rest of the summer out, but go play in the Pro-Am or somewhere or something like that. Like, I would like to see that. That's what I usually look for the next level guys as well. So Summer League, I just take it as like what I see on the court. Okay, I'm not taking it with a full grain of salt. Like, oh man, this dude's gonna be a bum, bro. This, that, and the third. Yeah. But like when they do play good, Zach Edey, like that motherfucker was cooking.
And we've seen some people before in Summer League who have great Summer Leagues, but they don't become anything in the league. So the thing about Summer League that's also kind of difficult to like try to evaluate talent, that a lot of these guys are going to be playing in roles that they will not be playing in come the regular season because now they have to slot in next to the stars. So it's different when it's like, hey, It's your show, which is why if a Andre Jackson or a Marjan is playing, I would think the team would run through them because it's like, hey, Summer League, it's your team. Like, we won't see you play this way in the regular season. So sometimes it can be difficult trying to figure out exactly what how they fit, because they're not doing the same things they will be doing, but some things translate. Like, how's the shot look? How's the decision making looking? How are you? How's the ball hand? Like, you just try to look for basketball, like as much of it as you can, and just understand the context of how they're hooping. And don't whether it's really good or really bad, don't take too much out of it. Like, just kind of take it for what it is, and then like look forward to the regular season. So, I think that's the situation for me when it comes to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited for Summer League to start. And shout out to Sly. He, of course, knew who made Shake Them Haters Off. He said it's a Milwaukee Traffic classic. Quint Black with Baby Drew.
Quint Black.
I forgot Baby Drew was even in that song. That's a Milwaukee song? So wait, all this time...
Oh, that's a Milwaukee song, really?
I knew it got played a lot here, but I was not aware it was in Milwaukee. Maybe that's why it got played a lot here. And we're about to move off of the NBA.
Wasn't it a little shoulder dance or something?
I don't remember. What I do remember is learning that. Remember 3-Piece Ooh-Ah? Remember that song?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
When I got older and went to college, I realized that was a regional hit, not a national hit.
Oh really?
I thought everybody knew Ooh-Ah by 3-Piece.
Oh, nobody know that shit?
No, they was like, what you talking about? Like, my guy from the Bay was like, I don't know what you talking about.
Need to know. Nigga singing like a motherfucker, boy.
And it made me wonder, was that the same situation with, what's the dude from St. Louis? Pretty Willie.
Yeah, they love Pretty Willie.
I said, was Pretty Willie a regional hit? Or was he a national hit? Like, does everybody know?
No, they knew who Pretty Willie was.
Lay Your Body Down, Four Walls.
Yep.
Four Walls
was the one.
4 Walls was his hit.
That was
like,
shit.
Lay Your Body Down was my shit, but 4 Walls is what got him. He was on the R&B tours and
then he got saved and made
freaky ass nigga.
No, he stopped being that when he got saved. He did
oh yeah.
She got the best conversation. She looked good from head to toe.
Yeah.
Good thing.
They got saved. Like,
yeah, man, that was my song right there.
Hey man, Christians get freaky too, man.
Yeah, they do.
Dang.
Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Milwaukee. Shout out to Chicago. Because 3-Piece is a Chicago R&B group, which I did not realize until I saw them at the Millennium Tour, and they came out, and I lost my mind when 3-Piece came out at the Millennium Tour. I did not expect it. They were not on the billing. But they did that in each city. They had somebody like regional to come out.
That's dope.
All right. Last free agent takes that you want to get off before we move on to wrestling. The one I had just really quick was just looking at how the Warriors have pivoted from Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson. That's a good pivot if you're not going to have Klay, especially this version of Klay at the moment. But
Buddy Hield,
yeah. I mean, which of these shooters gonna pop?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much it. Yeah. Although I saw the joke, I think one of y'all put it in our group of like Kyle Anderson, like, shoot the ball, Kyle.
Yeah,
and he's just standing there still.
He
like,
shoots so slow.
Now give me a minute.
He shoots slow as a bitch.
What an accurate nickname, Slow Mo.
That man shoots so slow. Yeah. I didn't know that was his nickname. That's funny.
Yeah. And when you watch him play, you be like,
it makes sense. It makes sense. My God, you can take your time. Like, all right, I got to.
I'm gonna close out. I can help off. I can help off him. That shot too slow. I can get back in time. So, yeah, it's just really interesting to me to see how the Warriors have pivoted, getting out of the apron hell that they were looking to be in, and trying to find ways to still have some shooting on the floor. So, I'll be curious to see what the Warriors look like next year.
Tim? Mine is actually for the Pistons. Kind of, I alluded to it earlier talking about the Spurs, but Pistons, I feel like, especially in the East, they're putting together a play-in squad. Are they putting in the play-in
squad? Who, the Pistons?
That's probably overzealous.
You wildin'.
I say this because
they got a wild fan.
With the additions of Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, and now Paul Reed.
Twice. That nigga don't even show up, fam. He just get paid.
Tobias still gives you 13 to 15 a game, 5 boards, 5 assists. Like, he plays defense. He's a consistently high paid player. He's a consistent high paid player.
Consistently overpaid. player.
Definitely overpaid.
True, but so his salary's now down about in the 20s.
He never shows up when you need him to.
Shell said Pistons.
Exactly. That's all. Like, what are you talking about?
Now we put Cade Cunningham, and you got Malik Beasley, but you also have Jalen Durant. You still have what's
Shell
old
said,
boy
"What
name?
are we doing, man?"
What's the old boy name? Jaden Ivey. You also have the Thompson twin.
It's a lot, fam. That's a lot of young.
Right, but you
It's
also
not gonna
have,
work, fam.
again, like I said earlier with the Spurs. Now you have the Tobias Harrises on the squad. You have the Malik Beasleys on the squad. You have the Paul Reeds on the squad. Your veterans now give these younger cats a chance to be able to develop more. You have a more dependable veteran who's been here, who knows the game, to pair with a Cade Cunningham, to allow a Thompson to kind of develop a little bit more, spell them, or a Jaden Ivey to come off the bench a little bit. Or if they start, you get replaced by Malik Beasley. Shit like that. So, like, you have vets who are serviceable but playable vets to allow the younger cats to really kind of start growing into their own, to kind of help them develop a little bit more. So I only say playing because it's still the bottom of the barrel.
Nah, bottom of the barrel was not playing.
No, fam. Them niggas ain't. Nah, they ain't smelling no play in the playoffs, fam. I'm sorry.
Now the comments they starting to cook Tim a little bit.
Hey, listen.
Sheldon asked Tim, what are we doing, man? Serial Sensei added that Tobias gives you extra cardio on the team, and then Shell's added again. Sounds like another lottery. Now, what I will say is that I do think that the Pistons are making more sense around Cade Cunningham with who they picked up, because what the Pistons needed around Cade was more shooting.
Yeah.
They had no spacing on that floor. It was way too tight for Cade to try to operate, and they needed some more shooting. So you go get Tobias Harris. He's a decent shooter. You get Malik Beasley. We talked about him earlier, 41% from three. Like, it makes sense of what they're doing around him. Shooting.
Yes.
He might get 10 up a game.
Yes, bro. Bogdanovich and Alec Burke was letting
it go.
Can't
say nothing.
Think what Beasley
gonna do. On the team. I can't shoot.
And Cade is going to do shit.
What you talking about?
No, Cade's going to talk the motherfucker too.
But to that point, while I do think the moves make sense, I think that saying the Pistons will be a play-in team is still over-ambitious.
Yeah, that's very
because
I get you that.
The answer is no.
Yeah,
the answer is no, because you still have.
Not yet.
You got to beat out Brooklyn.
That's fine.
You got to beat out Washington. You got to beat out Charlotte.
Washington might be that team.
And I don't know if they
beat out Chicago.
I don't know if they beat out Washington.
I don't think so.
Chicago,
I'm sorry,
Charlotte.
not Washington. Charlotte, because I love Charles Lee there and what he's gonna try to do with that team.
As long as LaMelo healthy.
Yeah.
You got Chicago.
Yep.
So they're probably going to fall a couple notches.
They might fall a couple notches, but if Josh Giddey is who they think Josh Giddey gonna be, then they might not fall that much.
Right. They lost their other bucket on DeRozan.
The Bulls were already an under 500 team. The bar ain't that high.
What else they gonna do?
That's my point, though. Like I think that
but going from 14 wins to playing is a
lot,
jump.
Man.
You got a coach that give a fuck this year too.
That's a good point.
There were so many different elements with
they got JB Bickerstaff now. When
Cade was hurt.
Bickerstaff.
Cade was hurt a lot.
Not last year.
They was trying to figure it out with him. Not just him, but the other younger guys.
The spacing was a bigger and just talent.
So now you added talent, you added spacing, you added a coach that cares.
You added more talent, but still, I don't think enough to be playing, because that's top 10. So you looking at the teams that the Nets, they could possibly be better than the Nets, because the Nets seem like they're doing a fire sale. The Raptors, I don't think they'll be better than the Raptors.
No.
The Hornets, I don't think they'll be better than the Hornets.
No.
The Wizards are probably going to be in line with them.
Yeah, Wizards going to be about right there.
And those are the teams that were in that 11 to 15 spot already, because the Hawks, as long as Trae Young is there, I don't see them being better than the Hawks. I don't see them being better than Miami.
Yeah.
Not Philly, not Indy, not Orlando.
No, I'm not talking
Cleveland.
about the top.
But I hear you. But I'm saying, if you're a playing
they don't
team,
have nowhere to really go.
Then that means you're gonna finish in 7, 8, 9, or 10.
I can see them around 10.
I can see
them fighting for 10.
I can see them fighting for playing, but I don't think they actually.
Because even with that squad, so Cade played 62 games last year. He averaged 22 and 7.5.
Yeah, he was balling.
With that talent.
Yeah.
You gave him a little bit more extra to work with, plus another year of those young cats that are top 5 picks. Another year in the league. They kind of help figure this stuff out. They'll probably some of them probably playing summer league, but they've added another year of experience to where, okay, I made these mistakes last year. I learned this last year. I figured this out last year. I'm gonna go ahead and try to improve on this year with that type of pedigree behind them. I can see them taking an actual jump in not only just development, but with coaching and just roster in general.
No,
him making 7.5 assists with the motherfuckers he had last year, bro. and now he has a little bit more consistency this year. I can see him doing a double-double.
That sounds. I don't have no doubts about K's
Yeah,
game.
He go do what he do.
But yet and still, like
it's everybody else around him.
Yeah, we saw it.
Like he gives who was all going to buy in, and then who's going to actually give a fuck?
I think the younger cats would, with the guys like Paul Reed, who probably want a bigger contract next year because he's on his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Tobias is on a 1-1.
So he playing for a contract.
Malik is on a 1-year deal.
Yeah. No, Tobias got 2. I thought it's 2.
No,
straight
they
up.
have 2 for 52.
Yeah,
he
got 2 years.
Well, so I know he's a player.
He ain't for do shit then.
But Malik is on a 1-year deal too.
Malik's a 1 year.
So like
Malik
you got a couple cats who wants to prove, and then you'll have the younger cats who want to start.
Yeah, I'll say it'd be a fun
better.
team to watch, and it'll be better. But I'm not gonna jump out the window and
Funnels this year.
Yeah, like y'all tried.
I thought it was gonna be Funnels last year, and them motherfuckers.
I didn't see it last year. Like really?
What was the streak?
Well, they lose 27 games in a row, something like that.
Yeah.
Shit, that was terrible.
All right. Well,
a little more faith this year.
I mean, I'm sorry. It was 28 straight losses, not 27. I had to make sure.
And if all else fails, Taj Gibson is available.
No, you know where Taj Gibson gonna go if he available. He'd come off the couch for one man and one man only. And that is Tom Thibodeau.
I forgot they grabbed Tim Hardaway too.
Now, Tim.
A veteran who's been in the league who can help push and develop a younger cat. That's all I'm saying with him.
I don't. My headphones got quieter as soon as you said that. The audio changed when you said Tim Hardaway. I hope I still sound okay. Because it changed. You said Tim Hardaway Jr. and everything changed. Do you hear me the same? Do I sound the same still?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. Okay, it must be my headphones. Okay. All right. Let's get into some pro wrestling. Because we had a PLE this weekend. Money in the Bank. And let me just say,
show me what you think.
Really quick, the little graphics they had for Money in the Bank, I loved them. I love the little caped Crusaders. That was trying to steal something and running through the little graphics. That was cute. And then they had them doing like the gritty and all that stuff in the intro.
That was getting shit off of the gritty.
I loved it. I thought that was fantastic. All right. So let's get these prediction records. We got to set the table here.
Garbage.
The winner from our prediction stand, real quick, y'all in the comments, let me know if I sound the same still. I feel like I'm off right now, but if I sound the same, y'all let me know.
Oh, the dramatics.
Oh, the dramatic.
I'm going to be very dramatic every time when it comes to the audio. The quality has to be exquisite.
I thought you were talking about Tim Hardaway still.
What? No, I'm talking about my come on, man.
I might think about that, nigga.
No, that was a quick flash of the plan thought. But our Money in the Bank predictions. So Eric had the best record coming out of the pay-per-view. Appreciate you, Brandon. Had the best record coming out of the pay-per-view. Eric went 3-2, and that was the best record coming out of the PLE. I was 2-3. Tim was 1-4. Ken laid an egg.
Came with them all.
0-5.
Hey man, I've been winning the past few.
Yeah, and now you tied with me for second best record because now overall, Eric is 10-5 when it comes to the predictions. Myself and Ken are 9-6, and Tim is 8-7.
We'll bounce back.
Now, based on those records I just gave y'all of how we predicted this card was going to go, clearly there were some surprises.
Absolutely.
What was the biggest surprise match, in y'all opinion, of the evening?
A surprise match on the card.
I mean, yeah, like the outcome, because clearly
Sammy retained
wrong. Yeah,
easily. For me,
agree.
I had Sammy winning, and I was still surprised.
Yeah.
But why I was surprised more so
match,
about how he won. I thought he was going to win due to interference.
No,
I was
clean.
really shocked when he won clean.
Mm-hmm.
That really was the biggest one for me because I'm like, dog, like, damn.
Y'all was at my head about picking Sammy too.
But then, so now what with Braun?
He gonna get another shot.
He gonna get
probably SummerSlam.
He's young. Like he didn't have to get.
This
it
is
now.
our first time really seeing him like weak, if that makes sense.
He wasn't
because
weak. I don't think
he was not weak.
That
no, I'm saying it was a great. Well, him lose. You know, he lost to a champ. He lost to Sammy, of course.
The guy that beat Gunter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brandon also said the Sammy match was the biggest surprise as well in the comments. I mean, I hear y'all, but I think Sammy does he needed that win. It's another win for his legacy. I don't think Braun needs it yet. There's so much more career ahead of that young man.
Absolutely,
and so
he's
much more to build. He's gonna get some titles at some point.
He's a
it's gonna happen. Yeah. Fill in the blank. The best match of the night was
Mine was the men's Money in the Bank.
Interesting. I had the women's. So
Ditto.
what about the men? Ditto to which one? Men's or women's?
Women's.
So
The
what
women's
about
was great.
Women's was fire.
Yeah, the
boy.
women's fire. I think for me was Drew actually winning. And then everything that happened afterwards.
You can't count the heavyweight championship match into the Money in the Bank match.
Did you enjoy the triple threat match?
I didn't.
No. But no, yeah,
Before we get there,
Andrade actually was really good.
Yeah,
in this
he
match.
was.
And that's what I saw when he was AEW, he wasn't doing shit.
He was cold in NXT.
Yeah.
And then he came up to the main roster.
But I forgot how good he actually is,
Yeah,
and it was good.
Was
it was good to see. I was like, Andrade getting this shit off.
Him and Melo had some real good spots in that.
And
Chad Gable.
Melo, man, I cannot wait for his run, bro. He just kill it, because that's my dude. I love him because he's undersized, but he can do everything. Man.
Lil Bow Wow.
Look, oh damn,
Lil Bow Wow. That's what I'm gonna call Carmelo Hayes, Lil Bow Wow. But I thought the match was good. Why I like the women's? Dang, that Skittles juice make your mouth juicy.
Yeah, shit.
Golly.
Ain't that part of their slogan?
I don't know, but it should be on the label.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste
That's
the rainbow.
Yeah.
Get juicy.
Get. That's
sorry.
The title right there. Get juicy
with the bottle on the front. Here we go.
Get juicy. Lord have mercy.
I mean, everybody gets that.
Which flavor?
But the women's, why I like the women's Money in the Bank match more than the men's was I felt like the men's match had more of those spots where it's like just two guys in the ring and everybody else be outside just kind of laying around and then somebody slide. Like that's a rhythm
like the traditional.
Yeah, but I feel like the women's match had a lot of action, just period, where it wasn't just one-on-one. It was like all these different spots happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Zoe Stark's definitely like
I told you.
That girl almost hurt herself.
Yeah, I was like,
what I put in the group chat, I said she tried to kill old girl at least 3 times and then tried to take herself out.
Yeah, she gotta.
When she rolled around the damn ropes and then popped her head on the ladder, I was like, God damn, now you really doing too much out here.
She gotta slow down.
They had some great spots in that. The Naomi
really
when she did the splits,
the
DDT out the splits
like,
from 2 ladders. I ain't never seen that
Sky
before.
power bombing
That
Zoe onto the ladder.
That power, I was like, oh
and then,
shit.
Then she wait. EO was like, no, you finna take this because there was a spot where it looked like she was trying to put her on the ladder, and Zoe was like, nah, I'm not finna get hit on that ladder. She's like, no, get your ass up and boom, get on this goddamn ladder. And then Zoe was like, all right, well, fine, we playing the ladder game. Where Lyra at? Then Lyra doing the German suplex from the ladder.
Yeah.
And then she get hit with Zoe.
Yeah.
It was a great match.
Dog. And then, well, I can't get over that rolling around the damn rope. Man, that shit was crazy.
When I tell y'all, when Chelsea Green was about to grab that briefcase, and I was like, "Go ahead, Chelsea, get that briefcase," because I know it's gonna be such a funny Money in the Bank run with her. And then here come Tiffy.
Yeah.
First of all, Tiffy shook the ladder, which scared Chelsea, and I was like, I love the storytelling there because Chelsea Green is actually afraid of heights. So once that ladder started shaking, she immediately was like, hold on, which allowed Tiffy to climb up there. And when Tiffy pushed her off and she just fell through them tables, my mouth just dropped.
I was like, oh, there we go.
That was a spot I did not expect. I forgot the tables were even out there.
She took it like a champ.
Yeah, she had to even jump into the into the tables. Like
she took it like a champ.
So I was looking at some older clips and stuff like that, and it looks like the same spot she did in Impact.
Yeah, I didn't know that she actually is really good in the ring.
Who?
Kelsey Green. I was looking at some old, I was watching some old clips. I was like, she can actually wrestle. I didn't know that because they don't let her do it.
I was like, I ain't seen the shit.
No, if you look at old clips like Google or YouTube, some old clips are she can actually
wrestle.
Yeah.
And she got the personality. Like normally for me, when it comes to like enjoying a wrestler, the personality has to capture me.
Yeah,
that's part of why like I was an early adopter for Kurt Angle because I was just like, he is funny. Angle. Like he corny, but he's funny, he's entertaining. He can wrestle. Man. When you
Kurt
have that
Angle,
whole, listen, when you have that full package, I'm here for it. But yeah, that match was a highlight of the evening.
Was gold
for me. And then during Money in the Bank, John Cena announced that he was going to be retiring from the WWE next year. It was kind of misunderstood because he was like, this was my last Rumble, my last Elimination Chamber, and my last WrestleMania. And the way he said it in the ring made it sound like he was going to stop wrestling at WrestleMania.
Correct. Yeah.
But he's wrestling all of 2025. He is wrestling from January to December. Meaning it's his last WrestleMania that he's ever going to do. And I think John Cena is somebody who's going to take retirement seriously based on what he said too. Like, he's like, I'm not about to be here. Like, I'm not about to be no special referee. I'm not taking no more bumps.
He's retiring the jorts. He gonna be in suits and ties.
He said, when I retire, I'm not getting touched no more. Like, that's it. Don't ask me to do nothing.
He everywhere in Hollywood right now.
I was like,
he's on Shark Week for motherfucking Max.
He was it Peacemaker?
Yeah,
Peacemaker.
XBO.
He was on The Bear. I'm like, bro, why is John Cena here?
Bear?
Yes.
The new season?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't get there yet.
Being John Cena.
That's hilarious.
All that money,
I love
man.
it.
We just watched the kid movie they was in. He was like a firefighter or some shit.
What? He was what movie?
It's a kid movie. The dude from Key and Peele in there too.
I believe it.
We was just watching it yesterday.
Then he had
because the kids like, well, I was watching John Cena movie. I'm like, how y'all know John Cena?
Amazon Prime. He had the show. Where he was like multiple personalities. And shit like that.
Yeah, he getting money.
Oh, what was the movie? Is that movie that
Cock Blockers? No,
it was like John.
Oh, it was a comedy.
It's like Stavinsky. He was dang, I can't remember the character name, but he was an imaginary person, and this group of friends had an imaginary friend.
That's the Amazon Prime one.
Okay, yeah. I forget what it was called, but he was like John Stavinsky or something like that. And he was an actor. Yeah, that
like
was
he's doing voiceovers for commercials.
He definitely in the car commercials.
Hell no, I don't want to get touched no more. Don't touch me. Get off me.
But that's what you're supposed to do, though. You're supposed to set up your life outside the ring.
How are y'all feeling about him getting the farewell tour? Like, are you excited that it's coming?
I would say I am, because I missed the John Cena run. Like when he was like that dude, the top guy. Of course, I knew who John Cena was, but I wasn't locked in watching like I'm locked in now. Yeah. So I think it's good. And then plus it's John Cena. Like, he's arguably one of the greatest, wrestlers ever. So to see him, if anybody deserves it, he's one of the guys that would deserve it. Like him, Undertaker, like a for real farewell tour. Like, he is one of those guys that would deserve that.
I'm excited for it. I think that he gets one more title.
That was my next question. But before we get to the title part of it, I just want to say I hope y'all do him well, because farewell tours are an interesting concept. Because everyone knows what's about to happen on it, but like, that's what can add to it, and what also can like make it weak sometimes. Like AEW did it right. Like, we give AEW a lot of crap for a lot of things, but the Sting
they did that right. They definitely did that.
Was fantastic. Everything leading up to it, the final match, everything was beautiful.
Did it perfect.
And I feel like WWE is going to give John Cena that same respect of like, we're gonna make sure we do everything to highlight some of your greatest moments. We're gonna take everybody down the memory lane, and we're gonna make sure that the storylines that you are involved in are going to be interesting to head out the door. So I'm excited for it, and it gives people a chance. Like, now 2025, if you want to see John Cena one more time, like, like, this is going to be the end of the road.
I think he starts with the new Netflix at the end of the year.
Yeah, because that's January. It starts in January, right?
December.
Oh, well, he said January because he still got some filming stuff. He said he was I think he said he got to do Peacemaker season 2 right now. That man gonna be
because they start like it wasn't January. It's just like it's starting in December or November, but like it's at the end of this year.
Yeah, because they got that gap from the U. Yeah, that's right.
So, I think it's gonna be fun. He'd be able to spin the block on a couple rivalries. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing him and AJ Styles beat up John Cena. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Him and CM Punk for a second, I wouldn't mind seeing again. I would say Brock, but I think he's done now.
I don't want to see old John Cena versus Brock.
At the time, Roman and Rock should be back during this run.
I want to see them interact.
It would be lovely to interact, especially with The Rock and John Cena again. That would be cool. Plus with some of the younger talent, some of the newer talent. Hell, even he was part of the Bray Wyatt shit for a minute. So even them interacting with the Wyatt Six for a second, just to kind of run that back a little bit. Like, there's several different things with that was shit. That a lot of people say that was one of his better WrestleMania matches. Or was it
Which
WrestleMania?
One?
With Bray Wyatt when he had the nostalgia act with he was going through different phases.
Yeah, that was super
cool. That was during COVID.
That was one.
Yeah.
So that was one of his best matches.
It was because it was something we ain't really seen.
Yeah, and it was him in NWO, like different timelines he may or may not have been part of. So like I feel like him interacting with the Wyatt Six would be an ode to that.
One of the times where COVID actually gave us something good.
Yeah.
That and that Undertaker match.
Man, Undertaker,
the money in the theatrical joints. Those was fire. Those was fire.
Great ass matches.
So let me ask y'all this, because Tim already kind of hinted towards it. So you already said you think he will, but most people already are aware, but John Cena is tied with Ric Flair for 16 world title reigns, the most ever in wrestling history. Do you think he gets 17 sometime in 2025 to break that record and hold it outright? I heard the yes from you. I also think so.
He has to.
WWE is already calling him the greatest of all time all the time.
So you got to make him the greatest.
You got to make him the greatest.
And Triple H has no problem breaking old records.
He don't. He don't.
It's kind of like it's been his thing lately. Like, well, I know you held the title for 2 years here. Well, we're going to give you 3.
And honestly, John Cena is someone I think deserves it. Like, I wasn't a big Cena fan. Let me be very clear. I was not. After a while, it felt kind of cool. Like, I saw John Cena when he was rapping. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I loved it.
Then I stopped watching. I came back and he was t-shirt, hat, wristbands.
Fruity Pebble colors.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, Mike. Okay, whatever.
I mean, he only got like a 6-7 move set.
Yeah, the 5 moves of doom. Yeah. So I appreciate John Cena for carrying the company, and I understand his place in wrestling
and how
history.
Important he is.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Which makes me excited for this run because now I have that appreciation for him that I didn't have in real time, because I was waiting for him to turn heel all during the last part of his run. Like, go heel, John Cena. Go heel. And he never did. So I respect him for it.
Does that happen now?
They asked him that at the press conference.
Out the door, go heel.
Someone asked him, "You gonna go heel?"
Hit him with a suck it on the way out.
Brandon asked, "Who's gonna be his last match?"
I honestly couldn't even tell you, because I feel like it's gonna be so many different storylines. He said he's gonna be like 45, 50 events 2025. Jesus. So it's like he's wrestling the entire year.
He's wrestling.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be.
I thought he was gonna do the Brock Lesnar treatment or something.
I can see it being The Rock.
No, not for a last match. I feel like for the last match.
Want to see that shit.
John Cena's a wrestler's wrestler. I feel like he's gonna go.
He got to be like AJ Styles. No, not even AJ.
He's too old. I think it has to be
AJ
somebody
Styles
younger
too.
to put them over at the end. I just don't know who that might. That could be interesting.
Brian Breaker,
Lil Brock. Carmelo though, I love that.
That's gonna be an interesting.
Gunther,
that's what I'm excited for it, bro.
Oh yeah, it definitely could be Gunther too.
It could be a lot of different people. It could be a lot of different people for that last match for him. But yeah, shout out to John Cena on the retirement. I'm looking forward to the retirement tour. The shirt sucks though.
Dun, da, da, da.
It's like, you won't see me no more, pretty much. It's like the gist of the shirt. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm not about to do this for a year.
You really can't see me?
Pretty much. Sly added that The Rock and Cena are chasing Batista in Hollywood. Let's be clear, Sly. The Rock is what started wrestling in Hollywood. So Batista was chasing him. Let's be very, very clear.
I feel like at this point, John done passed him up.
Passed who, Batista?
Yes. Batista's part of Marvel, but Batista's had a couple movies.
He had some horror movies.
Doom,
he had one movie where he scared
Marvel
the crap out.
movies.
It was like a killing movie or
Man
something.
in the Iron Mask.
Oh, well, he was with the other people?
Man with the Iron Fist.
I watched that. I just recently watched
that movie. Was good as a movie.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Batista's had, but Cena's everywhere.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like he's kind of passing because he's on local and big movies. He's on TV series and he's on movie franchises. Suicide Squad. He's everywhere right now.
It's like Rock and Cena. It's like
I think it's Rock, Cena, then Batista.
Okay, so if you're ranking them by just acting chops, is it the same order?
Who can act or the movies are
best actor of the three?
Acting of the three.
John.
John a better actor than Rock. The Rock has better movies.
John has more range.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. John probably act better, but The Rock has better movies.
I was gonna say, I think.
Because The Rock is an action star. That's what. That's his bag.
And Batista,
he do a lot of different things.
Scary. He done.
I think I would actually go Batista, Cena, Rock for actual acting. Because when I saw Batista in that movie where he was like the square and that, I was like,
the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I don't know who directed it.
Might have been,
but I just remember. I don't know
when they was in the cabin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that was a good movie though.
I was just like. Batista, the range,
crying and still chopping your head off.
John Cena to me kind of plays the same roles too. Like he's kind of like the comedy, type of dude. But Batista has been serious. He has been.
I'll give you that.
Like the range of Batista.
I'll give you that.
Shell said that Rock is just out here playing himself in movies,
basically.
And then Sly added Batista is the better actor. That's what I mean. Way better. I'll give you. I'll as far as actor goes, I'll flip flop. I'll give you Batista. That movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Dope.
I wasn't even watching it. Norman was watching it, and I just kind of came in like, "Ooh, what is this?"
Is that Batista?
Yeah.
What the fuck? They stabbing the shit out of him over here.
I said, oh my Lord. Okay. But yeah, shout out to John Cena. I'm looking forward to the farewell tour. Absolutely. Absolutely. What storyline are you the most excited about coming out of Money in the Bank as we head into SummerSlam? And I cannot wait for SummerSlam August 3rd, which one little quick irritation that I have while y'all let me know what storyline getting that together. Mm-hmm. Last year, I was at the Black Arts Fest and I was having a good old black time. The weather was perfect. The vibes were great. Mm-hmm. I was seeing plenty of people I know. It was like, oh, what up? And I was so excited. And he's like, you staying for the D9 stuff? And I was like, I wish, because I wanted to see the step off and everything. But I had to get home because it was SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. The same thing this year. SummerSlam is the same night as the Black Arts Fest again. Damn. Y'all just don't want me to be outside, right? Y'all don't want me to be outside.
That's funny.
Just run it back.
It's SummerSlam, not SummerSlam.
I get it.
If it was Money in the Bank,
because you got to stay on social media then until you get home.
And it's SummerSlam. Yeah. Like,
I mean, just stay off it for the night, and then play it first thing.
But then
we
gonna be texting.
Now watch it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's what messed me up for Money in the Bank.
Like, we gonna be.
I was at my uncle's house. I happened to look down and saw Eric talking about do I get an extra point because all my stuff was right? And I was like, I know who won the ladder matches. I avoided everything else though, but that is what gave something away the whole night. But yeah, what storylines are y'all most excited about? I see Bloodline all through the comments. Yeah, we got Brandon saying Bloodline, Sly saying Bloodline.
So mine is Bloodline too. I mean, we've been saying this for a minute, fam. The shit just keeps getting better and better. And it's so many of these motherfuckers, fam.
Man.
Like, they just come out the woodworks. So I do have a hot take about SummerSlam with Roman.
Let's all right? Okay.
So hear me out. So Cody is fighting Solo, right?
Right.
The only way the Bloodline can win is by interfering.
Right.
Roman comes out, stops the Bloodline from interfering, and helps Cody win.
You think? Ooh.
Not help him win, but stop the Bloodline from
beating Cody.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a sense to help him.
Now,
it's not necessarily helping
because he's just so upset about how they've been running things.
Just because. Yeah,
well, you got to get the Paul Heyman get back for one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the questions I had because it's I always get the two brothers confused. Tamatanga is the little one who's like that was Tamatanga.
Which one that can't wrestle?
That's Tonga Loa.
Okay, he can't wrestle.
Now the one that missed him low blow.
Yeah, but like he's horrible, fam.
No, how the fuck you miss him?
No, not even if you go back and look at him.
I missed.
Like he cannot wrestle.
He punched his brother in the head. How the hell you miss and punch your brother in the head on an uppercut?
I ain't never seen
miss a low blow. Then got under like, oops.
And had to do another low blow.
My bad, bro.
Bop. Like damn.
The mister was like he said the first one wasn't a low blow. It was a goot shot, and I was like, excuse you, sir. He was like, he had to do it again.
He got hit the gooch.
He gonna look at me, you know what the gooch is, right? I'm like, we're not having, I know what, yes, okay.
He's like, let me show you. That's when you put the part right here. But it ain't right there.
It's right here.
It's here.
But no, what I do wonder is the weak one. I just had the name right and I forgot it that quick.
That's what I said. Nobody asked me.
Tamatanga and then Tonga Loa. I think now with Paul Heyman being out, I think that Tonga Loa is going to be the wise man of the group. So the other three can be forward facing with Solo, Jacob, and Tama. But I'm excited.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. It keeps getting better.
It do.
It's a for real soap opera, like for real.
It's long-term talent. Yeah, long-term storytelling. Sly added once again, the Samoan brats are running wild. And then he added, meanwhile, Jay, Dodge, and Ghost Rider, all these stories are great. And then Brandon added the same story, but Jimmy comes out, gets jumped. So Jay comes out, jumped as well, and then Roman.
Okay.
I think whenever Roman come back, I think Jimmy is with him. They come back together. And I do wonder if Paul Heyman comes back before Roman, with Roman, or after.
I think he comes before Roman. I think so.
It's possible.
Shout out to Paul Heyman too.
Absolutely. You weren't here last week to talk about
like that man stayed. They said he stayed up for 24 hours to make his face look like that.
Dedication.
What are you talking about, fam?
There'll be another one like him.
He didn't go, fam. Because he looked like shit, fam.
Let his hair go gray. Yeah, dyeing his hair.
He looked stressed.
That man looked like he was going through it, fam.
And then he went through a tape.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul Heyman.
Shout out to Paul Heyman for sure. Tim, what storyline are you looking forward to coming out the PLE?
What did I tell you?
This nigga.
You don't even remember. I said them all perfectly.
Rollins, Punk, and McIntyre. Their triangle of dysfunction.
Mike.
Their dysfunctional triangle has been
tilted up.
Quite the
there you go.
The story. And when Punk screwed McIntyre, and there was already that stipulation in place, I was like, Seth is gonna be pissed, bro. Like pissed. And before he even walked out, he was looking at him. So when he came out on Raw, he just stared at him for a minute. He wasn't really kicking it and shit. Like, play, y'all sing my song, but I'm gonna stare this motherfucker down. And now you want to sit on the sideline. Now you want to sit over there. Yeah, now you want to chill.
That segment on Raw was outstanding.
It was fire.
Outstanding.
Like, them two was already supposed to be that at Mania anyways. Injury derailed him.
They had to pivot.
McIntyre inserted himself.
A great pivot.
And now for them three to have an issue, because McIntyre has an issue with Punk. Seth has an issue with Punk. Punk has an issue with both of them. He don't really give a fuck about neither one of them. And I really forgot how bad of blood they had between Punk and Seth before he did that. And Seth was looking like, yo, I was like, oh shit, I forgot they was actually beefing. Like beefing.
Like, he didn't like that dude.
Like did not like him at all. The way Ken feel about Punk is the way Seth do.
That's
I just hated that. I was like, I forgot they had this much tension. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good. So now Damian Priest is gonna focus on Gunther. So SummerSlam, you could potentially have a triple threat between the three, or you can have a one-on-one between Seth and Drew, or you can have a one-on-one between Punk and Seth, because I think Punk may be clear next week.
I feel like SummerSlam has to be Drew and Punk.
It's been built up forever.
Since Royal Rumble. That was January. It is July.
Yeah, you got to do it now.
It has to be.
Or Survivor Series.
No, it got to be now.
I need it now.
I get it. That's why I was like, but it could.
Like,
box office it got to be Seth and Drew.
It got to be No Holds Barred.
Or Hell in a Cell. It has to be.
Extreme Rule. It got to be something.
They may be at Bad Blood.
They can beat the shit out of each other.
They bringing Bad Blood back.
By Bad Blood, it might be a triple threat. But SummerSlam needs to be Punk,
No Holds Barred,
McIntyre.
Beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's
fuck wrestling. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
Because Punk beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre during that match.
And then Drew came.
He was choking him with the cord and shit. Like, damn, he choking him out.
He had the cord. I was like, yo.
And then he started punching him and then hitting him and then smoking him with the chair and shit. Oh, he really fucking drew up out here. I was like, he did beat the hell out of him in Chicago.
I was gonna say he got thrown into the gate thing.
He beat him so bad they couldn't show it on TV. They just had him carry that man out and dump him on the damn Titantron shits. Like, I whooped his ass. And all we know is the gates was rattling.
The gates.
Listen, we mentioned that match, the not Drew McIntyre, the Seth Rollins Damian Priest match was an overall disappointment. They just didn't have good chemistry.
Yeah, it didn't. No, it didn't flow.
No, it was like missed spots. It just was, and then they had the whole kick out that wasn't a kick out.
Yeah, but Damian has been good though. He's been a lot better than he was, and of course Seth is one of the best ever. Like he's the workhorse.
It just didn't work together.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, both of them together just didn't
work. It didn't work. But I'm looking forward to what's next with the Judgment Day because Mommy is back.
Yeah, she is.
Mommy is back. When Raw ended with Dom and Liv,
I was like, oh,
tagging up against Zelina and Ray. And they won, and she jump on them, and they fall, and they have their little moment, and then you hear Rhea Ripley's music hit. I was just like,
my man's looked on like, oh,
maybe I didn't do it. It wasn't me there.
Push her off. Get the fuck off me. Fuck off of me.
Get off me. You ain't see that?
Help.
She jumped on me.
Help.
She pulled me to the ground.
That's probably what he was saying as he was walking back behind her, like, look,
baby, that ain't what you think.
It was just jokes.
It's just jokes, baby. It's just jokes, baby.
I loved it. And it builds on what we've been seeing, which is why I love the long-term storytelling we've been seeing in wrestling because you saw Damien on the phone talking to somebody like, yeah, come on, or whatever he said. And clearly it was Rhea Ripley who he was talking to. So I think like there is a splintering happening in Judgment Day where it's Rhea and Damien, and then Finn I feel like has been working with Liv this whole time. Like that's what I feel has been going on with him taking the hotel room.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
with him just kind of being seen coming out the locker room with her, like all the little things. I think it's been Finn and Liv working over here, and then Damien and Rhea, and I wonder what that means for the group as a whole. Like I'm very excited to see how this storyline continues to play out. And Brandon added, Monday night on Netflix is going to be crazy if they are doing this now. And I cannot. I am
Yeah.
so excited for wrestling.
So it's not going to be
Netflix.
Seth freaking Raw. It's going to be Seth effing Raw.
Yeah, like said, Triple H already alluded to it. He was like, at the moment, you have the TV networks bleeping out the crowd. So you have moments of like there's no audio because they're just cutting it up because the crowds. He's like, we won't have that on Netflix.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, if y'all gonna let the crowd just get their shit off,
this would be lit.
And then Seth's gonna get his shit off. Then you gonna have cats in the background like, boy, they finna go crazy on Netflix. It's finna be rated R on that bit.
I don't think they're gonna go that far because they still are a publicly traded company.
Fuck that mean.
That means that
so is HBO and they got nudity.
Oh, see, now Tim wants to see titties.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Now Tim want titties on wrestling.
Just because they publicly traded.
Tim, bring the titties back.
You want the puppies?
Bring the puppies back.
Where's the bra and panties?
Where the bra and panty match?
We do not need the bra and panty matches to come back.
Hell no.
I'm just saying. They finna go crazy.
Oh,
Sly said the Attitude Era. Bam!
Hey, man.
Man, they doing something with this new era. I'm telling you that.
They're going to be able to cuss on promos. That's going to be lit.
Oh, boy, they finna go crazy.
Ooh-wee.
Hey, bitch. Couldn't say that on TV, but now.
AEW been pushing that big shit envelope like for no reason. Heavy for like everybody call each other big shits, man, for no reason. It's like, God damn.
I just want one time for one of the wrestlers. I don't know if they're gonna be like sitting there talking about like, I'm pussy.
I'm
gonna need one time. I'm pussy. Maybe someone got to do it. Maybe Carmelo Hayes. I need somebody to get that on. I'm pussy. Sly said, "Calm down, King Tim Lawler."
I can see actually New Day, one of them two doing that. Probably Xavier Woods.
Puppies?
I'm pussy.
Oh, pussy. No, that'd be funny.
I can see Xavier Woods doing it.
I can see that. Shells also added that Tim said, "We want puppies."
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you went off the deep end. Okay,
that's funny.
Let's wrap this up. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do y'all rank Money in the Bank, and then where does it rank amongst all of the other 2024 PLEs in your opinion? And why don't we start with you because you had the highest opinion.
Yeah, I got 8.5. So Money in the Bank moved into the number 4 slot for me over King of the Ring, Elimination Chamber, and Clash at the Castle. Money in the Bank is one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Me too.
So maybe like hair biased, but I really enjoyed the women's match.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyed the Sammy match. Really enjoyed the Bloodline match. I really enjoyed the men's Money in the Bank match.
Mm-hmm.
And then the it all went to shit when the ref counted 3 and
it was a bad match.
And Damien didn't kick out.
It was cool. It was a bad match.
But the theatrics and
the
all the
ending,
shit
though, was
that
good.
ended it.
It was good, yeah.
It ended up being like hell, even with leading up to that where Seth did his the Falcon Arrow and shit like that. Like the match wasn't bad either.
Yeah, it was.
No,
the match
there were just moments.
Good. The match is not good.
No, the match wasn't good, bro.
But 4 of the 5 ain't bad.
No, it's not.
4 of the 5 were good matches.
Yeah.
Very entertaining matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like unpredictability in 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like I felt like it was up there, honestly.
Okay. So
it just can't hit the top 3, bro, because Backlash still gonna be cold. Like that crowd in France
I wasn't
was
as
going
high on
crazy.
Backlash as y'all.
No, I think it was the crowd though.
The crowd gave them an extra half
because I was watching.
but
I was
the
like,
card itself wasn't all that for me.
And yeah, Rumble and Mania.
Crowd helps though.
It didn't jump over those, but it was a really good pay per view.
The crowd helped during that stuff and Damian Priest match because the crowd was into it, but it was just like shit. The match wasn't doing shit though.
I gave this Money in the Bank pay per view a 7.5. I thought it was a good card, but it wasn't exceptional. So for me, I have Money in the Bank as the 5th best PLE so far in 2025 out of the 7 that we've had. I have Money in the Bank over Backlash and over Elimination Chamber, but I have it under WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Clash at the Castle, and King and Queen of the Ring. But the lowest ranking I've given any paper or PLE so far this year is a 7, which is not bad. It's been a good year of some events.
Triple H been cooking.
Yeah, shout out.
Cam, what's your Money in the Bank rating?
Yeah, I actually gave it a 7.
So is Brandon in the comments.
Shout out, B. But yeah, I gave it a 7. I would say that it ranks. I have to put it at number 6, I guess, on mine.
Okay.
For my ranking, but yeah, it was like it wasn't. I don't know. I tend to now. I've been going into like the what's it called? PPEs?
PLE.
Also PPE. But I've been going into those. No, I've been going to those like without any expectations.
Yeah.
Like just going into it, I just want to watch. I just want to enjoy, sit back,
have some
and just
fun.
have some fun. So I think that's been helping a lot more too, instead of going into it like expecting something or expecting it to be something that's not.
It was a good show. I'm very excited about. I mean, I've been excited about wrestling all year so far.
Yeah.
Like they have been building some really, really good
Absolutely.
stuff.
I'll say again, man, if y'all have not locked in, this is the best time to lock in right now.
It's a real good time right now.
Even with NXT.
I missed the first Bloodline chapter.
You can go on YouTube and watch that.
You can go back and catch
like
that.
They literally have it's like a 2.5 hour blood. I'll send y'all the link because I go back and just rewatch it sometimes. Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's just
that'll
been
give me
so
something to do and shit. Like I watch this shit.
I put them on doing like dishes or like laundry. I just had that on. Like okay, let me just throw this on. Any NXT Heatwave takes you want to get off? Ken, I know you watched it, so like, what do you want to say before we move on?
The 4-way championship match for the NXT championship match for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
The ending, amazing finish. Like it ended with the champion Trick hitting his finisher on Ethan Page. Page falling on somebody else that was knocked. That Trick had already
hit the finisher.
He hit the finisher on him first. So then he hit the finisher on Ethan, and then he was knocked out, but fell on top of the other guy.
And won
that way.
So
Lost the title.
There watching
no, he wasn't watching. He got pulled out the ring.
So he was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, the fourth dude. So he hit the.
So he had to watch.
Yeah. Yep.
He hit the finisher. He was going to win. And then he hit Ethan Page with it. Page fell out, and as he turned around to grab Page, dude grabbed him by the legs and pulled him. He was like, "No!"
1, 2, 3, fell.
Confetti and shit. He was sitting there like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Like that's how I lost.
How did
shout out to
what's the other black Javon Evans? That's his name.
They said he's the wildest 20-year-old in wrestling right now.
How did he look in that Fatal 4-way though?
No, he looked good.
He like a daredevil. That motherfucker. I ain't never seen nobody get put through the barricade off of a flip off the top.
I'm gonna have to go back and read.
Like dude was flying everywhere.
Yeah, he was. That barricade spot, dog. If it
was crazy,
an inch wrong, it would have been fucked up. But he did it perfectly though.
So every time I see Javon, he reminds me of my baby brother so much. They got sometimes when he turns his face, I'm like, you like my brother Jeremiah. They talk the same. I text Jeremiah like, yo, bro, I know you don't watch wrestling like this, but this young nigga on here. It's like a young you. He was like, what? Let me see.
But no, it was. I only caught that match, and I was like, dog, I have never seen. Watch that ending of that match. Like everything, like the entire match was amazing.
I'm gonna watch that match. If
Shout
not
out
tonight,
to Ethan Page too.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna watch that match too.
Do y'all know who Joe? What's his name? Hanny is?
Oh, the dude who be smiling all weird.
Yeah, where the fuck he come from?
I don't know, but
he's over like a motherfucker though.
I be seeing him smiling.
Yeah,
he smiled like that dude from The Boys.
They put him in the last. He was the last shot of it, and he wrestled.
Ain't he TNA?
Yeah, but he
I know they go back and forth.
Yeah, they go back and forth. I was just like, what are they doing?
Man, he gonna be around.
But
He remind me of that dude from The Boys. I don't even watch The Boys, but they got that same little weird smile, and I don't like.
Are you talking about Highlander?
I don't. Whatever his name is.
Homelander.
The little weird smile.
That's what everybody's saying that Cody gonna turn into. He gonna turn into Homelander.
He dressed like the motherfucker.
All right. Let's get into some quick hits here. I just want to ask y'all: did any of y'all watch Hard Knocks last week? The second episode of Hard Knocks Offseason with the New York Football Giants. Episode 2 comes on tonight. But did y'all watch the first one last week?
I did.
I watched half of it.
What do y'all think about the off-season edition of it? Like, it's our first time getting a look in at this time of year for an NFL team. I thought it was fascinating, just kind of seeing how they were in the back talking about players and figuring, like, they figured out the Saquon stuff real early.
Yeah, bro, they was talking like us.
Yeah,
they was sitting there literally talking like we talk.
Yeah,
like, damn, you think Saquon gonna get that money? Man, ain't nobody got no goddamn money. They finna get no 20 million. Who gonna get him 20 million?
The fuck got that
There's
money?
other backs out here. Shit, yeah, but ain't nobody like Saquon. So what? Ain't nobody finna give him that money with somebody.
Hey, but I love the GM. He was real. He was like, yo, we paying Daniel all this fucking money.
Million.
He gonna have to step up. Goddamn it. I'm sorry.
Like something. Shit.
We paying him all this money. Shit, he gonna have to throw the ball.
He said we ain't paying him $20 million to hand the ball off to a $12 million running back.
That was the realest shit. I was like, that shit, that's real as fuck. Bro.
Yeah.
Then it was a part where they showed the GM at the Senior Bowl, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
And he on the sideline, they just talking like, "You want Burns for 2 firsts?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, not for 2 firsts, but like let's
Give me
talk."
something else.
Yeah.
And then it actually happened to be the trade that happened.
Yeah.
Like it started
But
at
then
the Senior
randomly,
Bowl
like y'all kicking it.
on the sideline.
That trade happened like that. Like that's
Like
dope.
motherfuckers
that's how
playing
it
real life
started.
Madden.
Yeah, like that's dope. Like, yo, bro.
Like real life Madden. Like you hit the group chat.
And it's
Hey,
his
somebody
guy
want
though.
Burns?
That's crazy. Like that's you my guy. I'm like, okay, I know you got this help, fam. Like
Like, that's an interesting.
help a nigga out,
Like,
man.
I
You know what
give you
got
like
over
2
here.
firsts. I don't. Nah.
2? Oh, you trying to give me 5?
You give me like, hey.
trying to give me 5?
Right, like, nah. What else you want though? We can talk. Hey, hit the private deal.
I got a third for you if you
Come step
take
over
money
here
for
real
it.
quick, my boy.
Right. So that was real cool. Like I'm enjoying
Yeah, I
it.
enjoyed
I'm
it.
looking forward
Yeah.
to watching episode 2.
How they were classifying the players that they were identifying for free agency was pretty dope too. Because like
Yeah.
again, it was kind of like us talking. Okay, well shit. I like Zach Moss, but Swift came from behind Philly line. But shit, Philly don't need nobody. They need defense. They just lost their defensive players. So ain't no way in hell Philly gonna pay Saquon no money.
They had they had a lot of black people too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of blacks on that
But the
staff.
black dude he was the one that kept asking the questions.
Oh yeah,
Hey, you sure we ain't nobody gonna pay? Hey, you sure we don't?
he did say it a few times.
You
like, hey,
sure?
man, you
That's
see
how
what
you
he
know.
did? And he even said, "You saw what he did last year." Fam, our entire office runs
Run
through
through
him.
him.
Like what is our offense gonna be this year? What we gonna do?
We had the lowest scoring offense, bro. What we gonna
And then we
do?
get rid of him.
Like what we gonna do?
All right,
That's
I'm
what-
just asking questions.
That's how. Listen, real negative activities was happening
Exactly.
right there with that brother. He was sitting there like, y'all sure?
Hey, y'all got it. I asked these questions.
I'm
Y'all
just trying
gave
to
me
make sure I got a
answers.
job. I ain't
He
trying
points to
to
the camera. Y'all saw me ask the question.
Exactly.
Oh, he didn't do all that, y'all.
No, but damn near might as well look
Exactly.
Like the office.
He did
just
the
turned
office
to the
was like,
camera
y'all heard me.
like Gregory from
Abbott.
Abbott. Just give the camera a look.
My mom just started watching Abbott Elementary, and
It's
I am
great.
so
I love it.
I am so happy that she started watching that show. All right. 3-time gold medalist Kevin Durant. He was sidelined for the start of Team USA training camp with a strained calf. Just a quick question. Do y'all have any concerns about health for Team USA heading into the Olympics?
No,
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't have no
Just keep
concern.
an eye on it.
we got a
Yeah.
squad.
Crazy squad.
And if y'all have not been seeing or looking for Team USA content,
it's so good.
it is fire, bro. Like they really giving out content. And also shout out to Cooper Flag, bro. Like
Cooking.
he was hooping. Like
Cannot wait
he's
to see him move.
there's a reason why he's already slated as the number 1 pick in the draft.
He was so comfortable, fam.
That's what
Bro,
KD said too. He was like,
like,
he doesn't.
Fag
He's
is
like,
comfortable as hell
he
hooping with
didn't get
NBA
too
players.
high. He didn't get too low. He
He
just
just
came out
good.
there
The
and did
top
his job.
players, not any NBA
Yeah.
players,
The
a
best of the
squad full
country.
of the best players. In
country.
Shout out.
You get blocked by Anthony Davis, turn around, hit backdoor cut dunk.
Yeah.
You get Drew Holiday in your chest. Let me hit this fadeaway on him real quick. Watch out, bro. You turn around and hit a damn 3. You contest a full court pass to Anthony Davis. Get the ball on the get the ball outlet passes, bro. Miss and you catch it on a putback. Like what?
Crazy, man.
What?
Crazy.
Okay.
I
And you know what I saw?
He can hoop.
See, this is what real talent looks like. Unlike Bronny James. I'm like, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Shut
I'm
up.
so sick of y'all.
They really was saying that?
Yes, bro.
That
yes.
literally, that has nothing to do
I
with
seen
that.
somebody on my
all.
Facebook
Like,
timeline
literally.
tag like 10 people. It was like, you see, this what real talent look like, unlike Bronny James. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
All you got to say to that is,
He
well,
did.
that is why Cooper Flag is predicted to be a number 1 draft pick.
Number
why
1.
Bronny was the 3rd to last.
Somebody said that. Somebody was like, you comparing the number 1 overall pick to number 55.
Yeah,
What are we doing here?
Like, of course, it's a different talent
Like, what
level.
the
Like,
fuck?
stop being stupid, y'all.
He a dick.
But yeah, I'm not concerned either. So, Sacramento Kings draft pick Devin Carter. He's expected to undergo some left shoulder surgery, and he's going to miss the start of the season most likely. But he is expected to make a full recovery with no long-term issues. So, best wishes to him. Devin Carter was somebody who I was very interested in seeing how his career plays out. He was Eric's favorite draftee this year, so definitely keep an eye on him. Steelers cornerback Cameron Sutton, he was suspended without pay for the first 8 games of the upcoming 2024 regular season for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. In case you forgot, he was charged with misdemeanor battery, and then he turned himself into the sheriff's office after he was wanted for weeks by the police. When this case happened, he was actually playing for the Detroit Lions, and then like the day after all this came out, they cut him, and then he re-signed with the Steelers this offseason on a 1-year deal, so he will miss the first half
Jesus.
of the games this year for the misdemeanor battery charge that he had. Receiver debuts on Netflix tomorrow.
That's going to be good.
Are y'all tuning into that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching.
For those of y'all who are like, what is Receivers? If you watched Quarterbacks,
but that was really good.
On that, oh my God, that
Quarterbacks
was so good.
Was really good
on Netflix last year. It's the same concept, but they're following wide receivers. So they're going to be following Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Amon-Ra St. Brown throughout the entire 2023 season, on and off the field. It should be fantastic.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to watch.
Get your popcorn.
For sure. And then before we wrap up, pay our respects. Rest in peace to Minnesota Vikings rookie cornerback Khyree Jackson, and then two former college players, Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Lytton Jr., who were killed in a car accident by a drunk driver. So just sending out love, condolences to all of those who were affected. That's
sending healing energy to the family.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we said that before we wrapped up the show this week. Paid our respects there. And as we get ready to get out of here, on that note, say it a lot, but I don't think I've said it on here recently, but just a reminder to love on your people. Tell people you care about them, to people you appreciate them. If someone comes up on your mind, reach out to them. Normally it's a reason why they popped up on your mind or came across your heart. And you never know how much your positive words or just that moment, like, hey man, I haven't told you in a very long time, but I love you, I appreciate you. That can go a long way. You can change someone's whole day.
For real
sometimes with that message when it comes from a real sincere place. So don't ever be too cool to tell your people how much you love them.
We need
tell
more
your
of that,
family
man.
how much you love them. Spend time with your family.
Absolutely.
And all of that. Spend time with your friends. Spend time with people who fill your cup and make your life worth living. So just take as much time as you can with those people, because once they gone, and when they gone, man, do you miss them? Do you miss them? I've been very open on this podcast about my experiences with grief and everything like that, losing my Uncle Tony, who for all intents and purposes was like my dad. We wrapped up Tech File last week. We did a virtual Tech File last week. I'm cleaning out the room where I was in, looked at my phone, and I never updated my contacts. So my Uncle Tony is still in my favorites. And it had clicked over to like one of my little dynamic islands, and it had the contacts. I saw my uncle's face. I said, oh, I'm like, Uncle Tony. I kept doing what I was doing. And then I looked down on my phone again. I had actually hit the contact. So it had opened up his contact in my phone. And I didn't know they did this, but in the new ones, they show a random message from people. So it was like Tony Potter, the phone number, then underneath it was like messages, and it just said good show. And I was like, what? What? And I had to click on it, like, when did he actually send that message? And it was from like last February that he had sent that. So it was like the timing of it to pop up. The one that pops up is good show right after I finished the show on a day where I was thinking about him. And I was just like, that's crazy, but I appreciate it. Like, absolutely. I needed that real quick. Then I started crying because, of course, I'm going to cry about that. But it was beautiful. It was real beautiful. And I was just thinking about how proud he would be of not just me, but our entire family. We have been doing so much more together, spending that time together. And when I tell y'all that my family has been my biggest blessing in 2024, my biggest motivation, they truly have. My Uncle Michael, Uncle Pat was in town, my mom, my cousins. It's just been all love. And I would encourage y'all to make sure that y'all are getting that in your lives, because I honestly didn't know how much I was missing it until I started getting it. So take advantage of people while they're here. Make time with your friends. Do all that fun stuff, because life is all about these memories.
For sure.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, that's enough of me being sentimental before I start crying again. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On the Twitter, the Instagram, and these PSN 2K streets at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae. Eric's not here, but he's at Bugs Burner on Twitter, and that's all y'all get.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I enjoyed y'all this week.
Yeah,
It's been a good
it was a
time.
good week.
and
I
shit.
had fun
you know
with
what
y'all,
I'm saying,
man.
dog? I know y'all enjoyed it in the comments too. Hey,
Yeah, shout out to everybody in
On
the
the G,
comments.
folks.
appreciate y'all.
Best on the G,
On the G,
on the
folks.
G, folks.
He always been funny. We went to
Hey,
high
make
school
sure
together.
y'all like it up in the comments.
Like it up.
If you
On the
watching
J.
this video right now and you didn't like it, you are broke ass.
Broke ass.
Bye, y'all. Drink this Skittles.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. I can be drinking. I was like, yeah, I'm good on this shit.
Right?
Yeah, my yeah, bro. It's one of those. Start shaking and shit.
Can't even do it. Can't even do it.
They was getting shit. They're shaking and shit. You're like, oh hell
Like a
no.
little crackhead. Little sugar head.